So let's start with this. Why do you do this?
Well, my whole life, I've always been excited about teaching and learning. And I had a brief stint as a high school maths teacher. And what I discovered there was that I don't enjoy teaching teenagers who hate maths because I don't enjoy teaching people who don't want to learn. But it's wonderful for me when I'm teaching people who want to learn. I really enjoy helping people. And I've discovered that my sweet spot is working directly with engineers and really seeing what benefit I can bring and how I can help them to enjoy their jobs.
Nice. So what's your goal from technical coaching?
So, what I really want is to help people deliver code effectively. And what that means for me is that I want to help them make their code easy to understand, cheap to modify, enjoyable to work with, and easy to deploy. And I think there's a set of useful skills that bring those goals. And so I'm always looking at what skills people already have. How can I help them to improve those skills? And are there any skills missing?
That does sound like a wonderful situation to be in. Cheap to modify, enjoyable to work with, easy to deploy. Love, love, love. I've worked in a lot of places where that's not really the case. So, what do you find really makes the difference in making that happen?
Well, it's not going to be any surprise to you to find out that I think the answer is technical coaching. I think technical coaching makes a huge difference. But why do I think that? Well, first of all, for me, technical coaching is about working directly with engineers on their code basis. And within that, I think the things that make the difference and make them able to achieve the goals that I outlined before are test-driven development, good refactoring skills, continuous integration and deployment, and collaboration. I think those four things get you a really long way towards achieving those goals. So with test-driven development, what you're doing is you're creating code that is automatically documented. So the test gives you example code for how to use an API, for instance. It means that you can tell what the code's doing and how it's supposed to work. But it also means that you're going to know when it's broken. Most of us are working with code that was already written. And that code isn't always easy to understand or cheap to modify. And often that's not even the fault of the people who wrote it. Things have happened. They were working against constraints. It doesn't matter what the reason is, but we need to be able to refactor so that we can improve our code. So that's why refactoring is such a crucial skill. And then there's the CI/CD piece, which again sounds simple. It really isn't. But if you can easily and quickly and continuously integrate and deploy your code, then you're going to get that fast feedback and you're going to get that fast delivery of value. And I said collaboration last, but actually I would probably put it first. You have to be able to collaborate. You're working with people, and teams are amazing entities, they're amazing organisms, and the whole really is greater than the sum of its parts, but not if you're not collaborating. So there are two very specific collaboration techniques that I focus on, which are pair programming and what some people call mob programming. I like to call ensemble work. But I spend a lot of time with people, encouraging them to collaborate and increasing their collaboration skills. And when you're collaborating, it means that it's more enjoyable if you're doing it well. Not everybody has had good experiences of collaboration, but when it's done well, it's enjoyable. But it also reduces bottlenecks and what some people like to call bus factors. What will happen if you lose a member of your team? So yeah, collaboration makes a huge difference. But alongside all of those things, one of the things that I just think is absolutely crucial is a willingness to learn. And this is something, again, that people often, I think, get slightly wrong. When people are recruiting, when people are looking at the effectiveness of individuals, they often focus on what is their experience. You don't want people experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. What you want is people who have experienced change and responded well to it. And that means you want people who are really excited about learning. And one of the things that I aim to do is to increase that excitement and reduce the fear.
Nice. So, look, I want all of that, and I think you're doing the right things. What's your approach to making that happen?
I'm not going to give you a pat answer because it's always tailored to the needs and the situation of the people that I'm working with. And it's one of the traps that people can fall into. It's one of the things that can happen with big consultancies, that they've got this kind of one size fits all and they just kind of keep trotting it out. It's one of the traps that inexperienced consultants can fall into, where they just think, I'm just going to learn the answers, I'm going to learn the formula, I'm going to learn the patterns, and then I'm just going to keep applying them. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. It's not just a mistake that consultancies and consultants can make, it's also a mistake that clients can make when they think that what they want is the patterns and the formula. And if they go to this consultancy, then they know all the answers. And actually, that's not what you want. What you want is somebody who's going to pay attention to your situation and help you to come up with a solution that fits your circumstances. So my approach is to work directly with teams on their code bases and in their context and in their domain to help them to discover what's holding them back, what's preventing them from reaching the goals that I want to help them to reach, to be able to build and deploy software effectively.
Nice. So, actually, I want to say something about consultancies real quick. One of the things that's funny to me, Claire, is that say Deloitte got this business instead of you,
Hmm.
then they have to hire you to do it.
Yes, good point.
Except that they're going to charge 3 times as much, right? Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah. And
anyway,
also, they might not have me anymore because me and people like me have worked for the consultancies, built our experience, and then built enough expertise that we can actually branch out and go independent. So,
right. Well, and that's yes, and it can be my experience working with consultancies is to do good practice. I sort of had to do it between the lines
mm,
um, of what they were bringing or had sold. Anyway, so which of your experiences brought you to this point of being independent and doing technical coaching?
mm. So a really big one is that I've been in the industry for 23 years. I've been a consultant, I've been a contractor. I have worked in so many domains, so many technologies, so many different companies, and I've just been exposed to so many different things. So I've got this really wide vocabulary, this really wide level of experience that allows me to address lots of different problems in different contexts. Also, because I've done a lot of consultancy, both as an independent and for the larger organizations, it means I've got loads of experience of finding out what the problems are and how to help people find the right answers. Because I've been in the industry so long, I've had a lot of technical leadership positions. So I've led a lot of teams. I understand how to maximize the effectiveness of a team. And that's another really important part of the puzzle, I think.
Well, thank you so much. I was already sold on the need for technical coaching and the benefits of it, but I appreciate your answers and appreciate your approach. So, thank you for your time. And I think we'll end this video now and maybe talk about some other things in a different video.
Thank you.